You won't believe how one harmless moving day turned into the wildest true crime neighbor saga I've ever lived through. So picture this. It's a crisp, sunny morning, perfect for carrying boxes into our brand new house. My wife, Chloe, and I are grinning ear to ear, feeling on top of the world. We finally managed to buy a home in Willow Grove, this pristine suburban neighborhood that looked ripped from a magazine. After years of hustle and scraping by as a freelance app developer, we'd finally made it. But that sense of triumph? It didn't last long. I'm halfway through unloading a precious wooden box, Chloe's Afghanistan deployment memories, her honors and photos, memorabilia that feels sacred, when she appears. I mean, really appears. Like she stepped out of a HOA president webpage. Clipboard in hand, hair sculpted to perfection, clipboard held like a shield, meet Megan Reed. Her voice cuts into the morning. "You're in violation." I'm still holding moving boxes, haven't found the coffee maker, and already I've violated the neighborhood aesthetic. A 4-hour moving truck limit apparently expired while I was busy trying not to drop my back. There are aesthetic crimes, box stacking crimes. I'm perplexed and annoyed. Then she sees the military box. Her mug freezes mid-sip. Her knuckles whiten. "Afghanistan veterans," she says, and you'd swear she forgot words. I mention my dad served in Vietnam, a Purple Heart, and she recoils, eyes wide, this weird mixture of shame and fear flashing across her face. My wife and I exchange glances. Something's off. We're trying to be neighborly, but her reaction isn't neighborly. It's electric, like someone caught red-handed. Then Harold Mitchell strolls over, quiet but steady, the retired bank manager from across the street. He introduces himself, shakes my hand, and then gently says he needs to talk to me. He's got papers, bank statements, receipts, documentation showing that 3 years ago, Megan raised $18,000 for a community memorial garden, for Colonel Reed, her late husband. But the expenses are domestic. Spa treatments, kitchen upgrades, brand new landscaping, personal shopping. Nothing that resembles memorial costs. And that garden? It doesn't exist. Just her rose bushes. He's calm, professional. "Classic embezzlement," he says, handing me the documents. I'm trying to process it as she stands there, smug 1 second, then frozen moments later. She launches into damage control, casting Harold as a crank, insisting the garden is in planning, issuing a $125 fine for aesthetic disruption. Like slapping a Band-Aid on a broken bone. I shrug it off, get some refund on the truck fine later, and sit up late researching HOA statutes. Surprise, many of her cited violations exceed her authority. But that panic over the military box keeps tugging at me. Something inside says there's more here than bad HOA cosplay. Next morning, Harold drops another bomb. He thinks she's lying about her husband's military record. That trembling, that tone, the panic. What if it wasn't about the box, but about that box's legitimacy? I call clients. My largest client of all, $15,000 contract, calls to say they're hearing rumors about my reliability, domestic instability. My heart drops. My coffee mug crashes. Megan went nuclear, calling my client about me. I don't panic. Instead, I explain, brutally honest. A neighborhood dispute escalating, affecting my business, me acting with integrity. Most stick with me, and 2 even increase their projects because they respect how I handled it. I swallow relief and keep looking into Megan. Her social media presence, public comments on military affairs, they're full of lingo errors. Phrases like distinguished service cross in Kandahar throw up flags. A soldier termed her husband a colonel, but details are wrong. Chloe, sharp as ever from her military intelligence background, says it sounds like a bad Wikipedia read. Harold's back with a clean forensic breakdown. $12,000 of personal expenses disguised as memorial upkeep. $8,000 in inflated admin fees. Total of $35,000 missing. I'm staggered. That panic, Those trembling hands. It all starts making sense. We confront her. Harold lays out the numbers. She shrieks into panic mode, not explanations. Just threats and this one line. I can't let you dig deeper into community finances right now. Not, I'll cooperate or I'll explain. But I can't let this. Real cornered behavior. That night, instinct pushes me to install security cameras, especially around the irrigation because it's the only system we can check easily in the yard. The next night, 2 a.m., I get the alert. Megan, at our irrigation lines, bolt cutters in hand, snipping our setup. I can't believe my eyes. Footage is clear as day. This isn't petty HOA force, it's criminal property damage. Police get called. Evidence is undeniable. Theft of service, vandalism, harassment. Property damage over $500, that's a felony. Detective Rodriguez shows up, watches the footage, says, that's deliberate, criminal, felony. Finally, someone with authority who treats this seriously. Meanwhile, Harold digs deeper. He's found vendor payments to ghost companies, landscaping contracts never fulfilled, inflated vendor invoices. Fraud, probably money laundering at this stage, and, to top it all off, she's been collecting widow's benefits for a combat death that never happened. Chloe gets military service records. Colonel? No, actually, Corporal Supply Corps, never left the U.S., died in a training accident in Georgia. No deployment, no combat. Real heartbreak. Real exploitation. A tailored scam, exploiting grief and authority. News breaks. Sheriff's footage of him saluting Chloe while citing Megan for false emergency calls goes viral. The contrast couldn't be more perfect. Genuine way, honor, respect, and a sham widow exposed. Neighbors rally. Military families show up. Real vets bring their stories. The community breaks free, demands reform. Federal investigators arrive. Benefits, fraud, mail fraud, tax evasion, embezzlement. They're building a case. Federal, state, local charges all stack. Megan is outmatched. Her lawyer crumbles. She cries defamation, freedom of speech, but evidence prevails. Documentation, footage, statements, forensic accountings. Her home, car, assets are slapped with liens. Her predicted judgments. Agency shuts off widow's benefits. She's moved away. Reputation in ruin. 6 months later, we're rebuilding. HOA is run democratically, auditing in place, transparency regained. Chloe's military experience honored sincerely, not weaponized. Harold is elected treasurer, trusted. The wooden box, once the spark of suspicion, is now displayed in our living room as a symbol, not of trouble, but of resilience and truth. Our yard fills with real vets, neighbors teaching kids values of honor, integrity, service. Clients seek us out. My business blossoms. The story becomes a national conversation about truth, stolen valor, HOA abuse. Veteran groups use it as training. Documentarians reach out. But then, 6 months in, an envelope arrives. Megan's handwriting, no return address. Inside, a single line. You have no idea what you've really done. My heart spikes. Is she starting again? Is she threatening retaliation? I bring it to Harold and Chloe. Then we escalate it to our FBI contact, Agent Morgan. Turns out it was never meant for us. It was one of her confessional letters to her husband's grave. She was writing pages, admitting her deceit, justifying nothing. I turned his honorable service into lies. Real grief, real regret. Too little too late, maybe, but still human. Communities heal. The memorial we build now honors real service, including that of Corporal Reed and all honest vets. Harold's forensic work becomes training modules. Chloe is invited to speak publicly on military deception, ethics, intelligence integrity. And our neighbor war, once a living nightmare, ends up as proof that sharing truth, documenting evidence, and standing firm can break deception, rebuild communities, and even spark personal and collective growth. So if this story rattled you, if you've suspected your own HOA chair or neighbor is hiding something rotten behind good intentions, drop your state in the comments. Let's build a nationwide anti-fraud, anti-stolen valor network. Real honor wins when ordinary people choose courage over comfort. And remember, boxes filled with truth beat clipboards of lies every single time.